So, hi everybody. Yep, in the same spot, the same bad lighting, same. I've been wanting to do this video for like a week and I just keep putting it off. And I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna fire up the tablet, hope for better lighting, and just kind of sort of get this over with. Just to bring you into an update. Again, I'm very guilty as to not watching my last video and figuring out where we all left off. So I think we all left off after I saw the spine specialist, probably. So I'm not going to go through that again. I did have an MRI on Tuesday, but to my horror, and I guess I just completely put it out of my thought process, because we're in a new year, obviously the insurance starts all over again. Deductibles start all over again, and I don't even know why I went through it. I guess just desperation, because I'll tell you why I don't know when I went through it when the outcome is, we'll get to that. So I walk in, again, it was the same tech, it was the same place, it was the same open MRI. I knew what to expect. I was like, yeah, whatever, half an hour. But the deductible or the payment at time of service was $500 and something. I think it was like $549 or $550 or something. I just blanked out. And I'm like, because I just went November 29th and it was $55, but November 29th was 2016. Now we're in 2017. And everything is starting over again. And I'm like, OMG, what do I do? Well, we can put you on a payment plan for 6 months. And I'm like, well, in order to get the procedure done on Tuesday, the 31st, I have to have this done because the doctor won't do the procedure until he has the results of the second MRI, which was basically, and I did say this, I know I said this, that the base of my spine and my hip area. So it's a completely different MRI that was done on the 29th of November. So I'm like, all right, just here, take $90 now. And, whatever. Then I got to thinking, OMG times 1,000. If this stupid procedure of getting an MRI is $500, what the hell is going to cost me to do the medical branch block? So I started leaving messages for my doctor's office Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday afternoon, Thursday afternoon. No, I'm sorry, just Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, the girl called me. And she's like, I hear you have questions about cost. And I'm like, yeah. I'm sorry this is like literally 5 days before my procedure, but, I don't know if it was my responsibility to ask. I guess it was. Or you guys saying this is how much it's going to cost. Do you still want to do it? Long story short, wait for it. It was, and I say was, going to cost me basically over $1,500 out of pocket. The doctor's portion, I think, was about $300, 2 to 3. The actual facility where it was going to happen, and it wasn't in a hospital. It was, I don't know, in the medical building, but it's more of a surgery center. So the surgery center portion was about $800. And then on top of it, anesthesiologist was about $400. I'm like, oh, hell no. Now, had this been 6 weeks ago, I would have paid $1 million. I would have gone into debt. That's how much pain I was in. Just stick me with whatever, make this go away. I'm still in pain, but it's, I don't like to say manageable, but it's, it is what it is. My leg is still numb. Let's not, I still have shooting pain, but, I'm not incapacitated. Like, I can actually walk and move and drive. It's not joyful and it's not a happy thing to do, but I'm not like racing home and crawling into a ball and, just God take me now because I can't take this pain. So I canceled it. I had no choice. So I'm just trying to take it easy, trying to listen to my body and not get to a point where I'm pushing through the pain. I'm stopping. I don't care. The other day, it was like literally 2:30, 3 o'clock. And I'm like, girls, I'm done. I literally just, I'm done. We're not doing anymore. I lay down on the futon with them. We watched TV. I felt better because I knew, like, if I kept going, if I kept working, if I kept walking them, if I kept moving, I was going to be in a shitload of trouble. And, hey. Sorry, fight over here. Hold on. Sorry. Don't wake Miley up when she's sleeping, and Casey just apparently did that. So, anyways, I know how fast this happened before. I know how I was pushing through when I shouldn't have been. And my fear is this happening again. It's a very likely scenario that it could happen at any time, that this compressed nerve is going to get so viciously angry that it's going to take me to the ground. But I'm hoping that's not going to be the case. So I'm being more cautious as to what I'm doing. But, on the flip side, it is very, very, very boring around here. Like, I don't want to say there's nothing to do. I can always find something to do. I mean, there's always something to clean or laundry or, take the girls for a walk or go run some errands. I mean, by no means am I just sitting here twiddling my thumbs. I'm not that type of person. And even when I was like really, really, really sick, I still had to go out and, life goes on. So, that's all that's going on right now, is just not to proceed with any more medical treatment. On a positive, semi-note, I went on Monday to see my new primary care physician. I really, really loved her. This is the first time I've ever had a female doctor. And they're very, very into the, I don't know what we're in, 21st century? Like, they're very, very up to date with technology, and they're paperless, they're cashless. They have their own app. So thankfully, and I think I did say this, you have to be a member of their group, and I managed to avoid paying that, claiming hardship, and trust me, who's lying? I'm not lying. I don't have just, X amount to throw at them. When it's an option, it's really not, everybody does it. Like, they're just like, okay, we don't, you're good for the year. Don't worry about it. So, we did a urinalysis and a complete lab workup, which, diabetes doesn't run in my family. The only thing that really runs in my family, I guess, is like bad eyes and, there's more and stuff. Who doesn't have, a history of something on your parents' side or your grandparents' side or whatnot? But, I've never had my cholesterol checked. It's been a minute. I've never had, a screen for diabetes. My urinalysis, there was like protein, a small amount, but she says, this is the only bad part, is my blood pressure is high, and now I'm going to beat somebody else. Hold on one second. I'm telling you, it is crazy town around here. I am sitting here watching Titanic. Nothing's going on. Everybody's sleeping. The minute I hit record, Charlie's climbing up the curtains. There's a beating going on over here. Anyways, so I had this problem probably 2 or 3 years ago, and it's been manageable with one medication, but, since I lost my mom and this house problem. I mean, emotional stress is very, very hard to deal with, and no matter how, you know, good you try to be with food, or, I mean, let's put it this way, I've really, really, really just started to get back on track with, a good, healthy diet or lifestyle change, as I like to call it, probably within the last 3 weeks. Like, I mean, seriously, like, I'm not doing anything bad. I'm not eating chocolate. I have like 1 cup of coffee. I don't have caffeine anymore throughout the day. My primary source of like liquid is water. So no matter what lifestyle change I've tried to implement, it's still high. So she put me on another in addition to what I'm already taking. But all my blood workup came, fine. My cholesterol, she said, was a little bit high, but if I continue to make the changes that I'm making, it should be all fine. I'm nowhere near medication, she said. I'm nowhere near being a diabetic. There's nothing like that. So I was kind of worried about that because I don't know. I'm not really, I don't use a lot of sugar, but then I know there's a lot of processed sugar and stuff. So I've been trying to stay away from like processed foods. Not that I was a big frozen food eater, but I mean, realistically, in these last 3 months, when I haven't been able to cook for myself, what are you going to do? Shove something in the microwave and call it done. But now that I'm able to cook for myself again and stand at the stove, I'm just trying to be more health conscious. I'm eating more salads. I'm just eating better. So, but like I said, I didn't know where I stood in all this. So, I mean, it's, that was a relief, but I need to have a physical in the next, I don't know, month to 2 months or something like that, because I still have this anxiety that I can't get rid of, and I told her this, and she was going to put me on Zoloft, and for some reason, like I said, they do everything electronically, and it's not just my doctor's office, it's everybody. So the new prescription for the blood pressure went right to Walgreens. Zoloft is still floating around in cyberspace somewhere. She did say she sent it. I even requested it again through the app. It's just nowhere to be found. So, Kamiley, in a minute, honey, okay? In a minute for the kibbies. This dog and her timing, internal clock. Mommy's going to get you kibbies in a minute, okay? In a minute. So, I need to contact her about that. I just can't stop this anxiety and this loneliness and this depression. So she thought that would help. I also went out and got some melatonin, which I haven't taken because I didn't want to start taking it because of the procedure, because I hadn't disclosed it, and I didn't want, oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you I take melatonin. So I'm probably going to start that Monday night and see how that goes. My cousin takes it. She swears by it. I tried it before, but I'm a very, very impatient person. Like, I need results snappy. I don't have time to wait a week or 2 or 3, and I know that's what it takes. I know your body has to get acclimated to things, and I just expect instant results. Like, okay, if it doesn't work after 2 nights, screw it. I'm not going to do this again. But I have to try. Another thing that I've noticed is I sleep better for whatever reason in the den with the full-on futon. This is where we've been sleeping. It is a queen size. It seems bigger than my bed for some reason, or the girls just spread out better. When we're back in my room, it's just so damned uncomfortable. I had moved my bed months ago before my back thing, which I think contributed to this. And now I thought facing the TV would be better, but it's doing something to my neck, and I'm getting a lot of headaches and neck pain, and my neck is very stiff and it's cracking a lot. So we stayed out here last night, and we stayed out here Thursday night. And I did sleep better. I mean, I actually slept. I actually fell asleep and slept. And I don't necessarily do that in my room, and I don't know why. I have no idea why. Um, so it really doesn't matter where I sleep as long as I just start getting some rest. So I guess the girls and I are going to be out here for a while. We were out here when my back was all really, really screwed up. And I was just bouncing around from place to place to place. But, you know, they don't seem to mind it. I mean, who would mind it? Look, this is Casey and Lexi right now. It's the most coveted place in the house, the recliner with a soft furry blanket. And then I have like an ottoman right here. And then I'm on the couch, and then, you know, the futon is out. So, I mean, there's definitely much more options for them to sleep, but we all know they end up with me. And then Charlie, Mika, and Frisky all get locked up. They're back getting locked up in the guest room because I don't want anybody wandering around the house. So, that's what's going on now. I'm sorry this is boring. Trust me, I have a Dollar Tree itching like you wouldn't believe. I wish I could justify it. I wish I could say I needed something. I actually did go, I think I went last Saturday, and I'm talking really super quick. And I just got basics and stuff, and I almost put up a video, and I'm like, why? Why am I going to show this crap? It's just crap. I mean, it's nothing exciting. It's nothing new. It's nothing to share. Like, hey, go out and find this, or I found this. It's just, it wasn't that. It was just all, you know, just staples that I needed. So I really, 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 really want to go so badly, but I don't know. I mean, I really don't have the money to be doing this. But I need to get my butt to Comcast, which is literally across a mini mall, and return a receiver that should have been returned 2 months ago, but I couldn't. So I might do that this coming week. That was the little store I could always sort of count on. They don't have food. They don't have frozen food. But it's like the little store that always like has shit. Like you can always find that one thing you couldn't find at the other DTs. I don't even know what's out there anymore. I don't know what people are buying. I don't know anything of, you know, exciting that, oh my God, for $1 I should go get that. There was something. I saw some video. I don't remember what it was. But I was like, oh, that looks, you know, that looks cool. I wish I could find that. But honestly, I don't watch a lot of videos right now. I did watch one video this morning. Shout out to Liz, Thrifty50, if you're watching this. I completely understand if, you know, you don't watch it. But you're in my thoughts and prayers. And girl, I feel you. I'm never going to say what I know you're going through. I can appreciate what you're going through, but firsthand, just like nobody knew firsthand what I was going through, it's a very, very difficult, it's a difficult road. So you're in my prayers. Yeah, so that was probably the first video I had watched in many moons. When I wake up in the middle of the night, I should just watch YouTube videos instead of watching TV. Maybe I'll start doing that and getting caught up on some people. But I just don't have it in me. I'm going through a lot, and emotionally, I'm still sort of just checked out. Nothing interests me. It literally takes me, if there's an hour show on, it could take me 3 to 4 hours to watch it because I continually just get up and stop it. Like right now I'm watching Titanic. It does have commercials in it. It's like a 4-hour on my DVR. Dear God, how long is this going to take me to watch? All day? Probably. And I've also been sort of on the obsessed side with periodically watching Mary Tyler Moore. I think back, those were some good times, you know. I remember that Saturday night lineup just like it was yesterday. It was like All in the Family, and well, now I'm forgetting. I think it was All in the Family, something, Mary Tyler Moore, Newhart, and then the Carol Burnett show. I wish I knew who was the 8:30 one. I don't know. Now I don't remember. But many, if not all, Saturday nights. Oh, and then, of course, at 7 o'clock, and I know I'm not that old, but my parents were older, it was Lawrence Welk. I was probably the only 7, 8, 9-year-old that could sing the theme to Lawrence Welk, and I still remember it. So, you know, it was just simpler times. It was a steak on Saturday nights with a baked potato and, you know, salad with Roquefort dressing when there was a Roquefort dressing. Real Roquefort dressing, people, not, you know, blue cheese in a bottle. And then it was always Dreyer's ice cream for dessert. You know, and then it was watching TV on the old console, black and white, sitting on the floor when my parents were on the couch. And your mind just takes you back to like, God, I remember those times. And I would give anything for those times to come back. But I guess it's just, I'm blessed to have the memories that I do have. But yeah, so it's hard when you see somebody you grew up with and you lose them. And then you just start remembering. Like, I remember watching that as a kid, and I still love Valerie Harper. I mean, I love her more than I love Mary Tyler Moore. I mean, I don't know. She is always just, she's fantastic. And so I remember Rhoda a lot too. And I was actually thinking of throwing on Rhoda's first season on the DVD player today. I don't know, just to take you back and just, you know, for those of you that are younger and you can't imagine a world without your computer, without your phone, without your tablet, without the internet. It's like, you know, there was such a world. It did exist. And it was a very simpler world. It was just, you know, you wanted somebody, you called them. You didn't text anybody. You know, emails were non-existent. You wrote letters. You wrote cards to people. You actually wrote in the card, like, you know, your words coming out of your hand versus emails or text messages that can be misinterpreted, or, you know, people get a little bit pissy with, well, why did you say that? And it's like, that's not what I meant. So I don't know, this video is going all over the place, but it just makes you just remember simpler times. And it was just, you know, 3 stations on your TV, not 5,000 that you can't even process in your head. You know, you got up and changed the channel. Or you had this humongous remote control or something that just had like channel and volume. There was no menu. There was no this. There was no that. It was just all simplicity. And it was a wonderful time. So this went way longer than I thought. So thoughts and prayers to those who need them. This is attractive like this. I look like a freaking derelict. Yeah, that's my old company. So this is 20 years old, if we're being honest. But it is what it is. So I'll be checking in with you probably this time next week, if not before. I was thinking about doing a recipe video, but I can't honestly remember what recipe I was going to do for the life of me. So I don't know. We'll see how things go. So I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I hope everybody is taking care of themselves. And that's it for now. So I will talk to y'all later. Bye.